So here I am sucking at life again. It looks like I set out to make a really cool ass free flight video. It was a banging thermal day. Loaded up all the gear, shot the B-roll. Man, I was just gonna have this sweet ass video, show you some thermal stuff. I even took some collapses on the Xeno that day and recovered them and just had some great footage. So I thought. Turns out the camera worked fine until right at the point where I had the A's in my hand and I looked back behind me to get ready to do my inflation. No more footage. Camera roll shot. As suck ass as this video is, I'm gonna put it out there and let you see what I filmed. I actually do have the GPS data. I was able to make out an animation so that y'all could see what that consists of. That's what this video is. It's gonna be two parts of this video. First part, I'm on the BGD Luna 2. I forget the size, I don't even know. This was a while back. But I flew the glider and I gave some initial impressions and thoughts about it. I'm just gonna put these two videos together, but that's it. That's what this video is. How did the Luna 2, I don't know, my GoPro's been cutting off. And I should just get the cheap China camera and then see how that works. GoPro's been, it lets me down a lot. It lets me down a lot, which lets you guys down a lot. And I hope that doesn't reflect badly on me. I mean, I could just throw the videos in the garbage can and maybe you don't learn anything. And maybe it's, I don't know. These videos that I don't get to finish, they just seem terrible to me. It's like, what a waste to have half a video. I guess I come on here and explain it to you and all works out well, but ultimately that's what this is. Good or bad, yeah, I hope you watch it. I hope you enjoy it. Let's see what's what. Thanks, guys.
Funky.
What's up, Parahoggers? BGD Luna 2? Or just a Luna? Luna 2 by Boost Goldsmith. Is this good content? Sun's shining right in the lens. Probably not. This is Mr. Aaron's wing. He's gonna let me take her out for a spin in nil wind conditions. I flew it in some turbulent conditions the other day and I liked it. This is my second flight on it. I didn't record the first one. Initial impressions mean very little. Ooh, Summertime by Sublime. That's fitting. So we taking bets. Can an old man run in the morning? We're gonna find out. There was an airplane. I'm looking for him. It's important to always look for airplanes, but especially if you know one's there. Good. What a joke. I'm a joke. Good. There we go. Third try's charm. So the wing flies good. It's got some comfortable toggles. There's a little bit of squishy something in there. Looks like it's sewn in, so I don't think it can be removed without popping stitches. But it's not a deal breaker. I just like my toggles ultra thin so that there's less chance of getting jammed in between the throttle and your hand, at least for a paramotor wing. Free flight wings, I can understand having some comfort on the toggles if you're hanging on them all day. Some of the lower profile ones can have a stiffer edge, and that can rub against the skin and cause a hot spot. But these are comfortable. The brake authority, let's see, we're level and we're looking and we're pulling. Yeah, see, it makes nice sharp turns. It's a higher performance wing. I'm not even sure the specs, but I can tell that it rolls good. It has good brake authority. The brake pressures are not too strong. I've not let the trims out yet. I might go up and try that. Let's do a trim test. Let's dump these things. Okay, trims all the way out. Got tip steering. Nice. Good magnets for those. I still will never understand why tip steering is put way up high. It should be down here where you can easily maneuver, because you're using tip steering for minor corrections on the cross country, probably. And this was the first GoPro failure of this video. There will be one more. In this next segment, I give you the ramblings of a madman. So I like the Luna 2. I don't know why I like it. It just feels good. You can tell when a wing feels good. You can tell when it don't feel so good. There's a lot of words I could use to describe it. Turns good, it glides good, it flares good. It's a wing. It's a wing. And different wings fly in different ways. They move air a little differently. Sometimes they move more from the center. Sometimes they move more at the tip. Aspect ratio changes the way a wing feels and performs and moves through the air. The more loaded a wing is, the more weight that you have on it, the harder it pushes onto the air. And anyway, I go on and on. I'll start rambling about God knows what. What is going on for real right now, though, is I'm on my way to plain dealing and then on to my new spot. And I'm going to launch up, try to catch thermals. The cumies are blasting off. It's looking really good, but it's looking better over in Springhill. The further I go, the smaller these clouds are getting. And now I'm seeing like blue sky underneath, but little ones in the distance. I'm guessing they're going to kick off good. Like the day's really throwing a good sky back behind me here. I was supposed to meet Dave Ruff. He's supposed to go with me, so I was trying to make it easier for him to go over here. But I'm seeing clouds in the distance. The day's still developing. It's only 11:39. Usually if I launch and it's like a good day at the mountains, I'll launch at 11. In the flats, I may want it to pick up a little bit. I like launching in the middle of the day, 1 o'clock. When it's peaking, I like to launch and connect in a good thermal. And I like to go up as fast as I can in it. You don't have to run the motor for very long. You get up, get cooled off, you relax a little bit as you get altitude. It's good stuff. Free flight's a little different though, man. You gotta bring all your stuff with you, all your amenities, your water, your gloves, I'm not gonna bring a P-tube because I'm on paramotor. I can just get a redo. Reserve, Vario, GPS. You set yourself up in like a little aircraft attached to you with everything in the right place so you can reach it from your seat. Because all it is a seat and a wing hooked to it. It's amazing flying this little chair through the air like you're a puppeteer and you're controlling the wing as it's swinging underneath it, and you can control this swing and swing to the right and then swing back to the left, and you can swing so hard that you can go upside down and go over the top just like you wanted to as a kid when you're a swing set. It's called a barrel roll. Barrel roll is pretty amazing. Wing over is pretty good too. A big old reversal where you swing up and pull a wing around and then come way down underneath it, just from upside down to right side up, and then you do a little turn out of it, and you swoop and dive and carve and unload your wing and load your wing and spin your wing, and you can do all kind of things when you got a wing and you got some air underneath you. But today what I'm trying to do is grab these thermals and kill the motor and go up with Mother Nature's lift, solar powered lift. I'm gonna turn the motor off and I'm gonna climb as best I can, like as the birds do. I'm gonna try not to flap my wings. And paramotor is equivalent of flapping your wings. Come think about it, having paramotor and flying thermals is actually more like what birds do because they have a propulsion mechanism in their flapping. I also have a propulsion mechanism in my paramotor. I've heard people mention free flight, you're more like the birds, but I don't know that that's true because birds can take a mulligan, and so can I. Free flight's more challenging, so maybe you have to be better than the birds to do free flight because you don't get a redo. So I try to follow their lead, fly like they do. And I'd say I tend to do okay. We're gonna see today. We can go up, kill the motor, see what we're doing. I don't know what the goal is today. I rarely have a goal when we're talking about thermal flying. Hey, buckle up, I'm coming into this town, probably go to prison. Oops. I got out a while ago to film a bald eagle. I was buckled up most of the way, and there's a bald eagle eating something dead on the side of the road. And I whipped my camera out, and he took off before I could push record. I didn't want to ride in the ditch staring at the camera. I was almost stopped when I got started, and I slowed to a stop as I began filming. But it's neat seeing bald eagles. I've flown with them before. It's rare to see them around here. Rarer than like Arkansas or Oklahoma. They're more prevalent up there in the mountain hill regions. We got some hills. I guess there's a few around here for sure. It's an American bird. Eagles are cool though. I like eagles. They'll hunt, they'll scavenge, they'll do what a bird's supposed to do. They're not scared of me. Buzzards seem to be scared. Hawks don't give two shits very much, but an eagle will fly with you and he's watching you. He looks at you when he's thermaling with you and watch what you're doing. I see their eyes moving sometimes. I'm so close to them. A few times I've been with them. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat thing thermaling with a bald eagle. Maybe I'll get to do that today, maybe not, I don't know. There's like a big old blue hole between here and and over at the river bottom, but the river bottom is kicking off some coomies. I'm in plain dealing here. I'm gonna put this camera down. It's usually cops looking around. I don't want them to get curious, me holding this thing up in the air. Thought about doing an uncut thing here. Now, this is gonna be pretty boring for most of you. My typical videos are not uncut. They're edited to pieces just to show you kind of the talky parts and, you know, the fumbles and the fun stuff too. A little bit of my ugly face and some of my thoughts. That's how the channel usually goes. No, I'm not getting water there. I already got water here. There we go. My little playa. Put on my little free flight bag. Make sure my water's working. I got this Geiger bag. Oh my gosh, this thing is neat. Pretty neat. It's not like your typical water bag. It's different. I like these thin little leather gloves. They're like tactical gloves or something. I don't know, flowing. I only fly in them. Look how much they wear out. That's how much I fly in these. Not only free flying these, really. I have worn them for motor. I think I've actually got another pair with holes in them too. I love these little gloves for free flight. They're not all that warm. I got a warm pair of gloves that I keep with me for if I get really high and cold. I don't think that's gonna happen today around here. Almost never around here. All right, well, this was just about as fast as I could do it, y'all. Free flight requires a lot of gear. I mean, it don't require it, but you should bring it. Food, gas, reserve, electronics, phone, GPS. And one thing I didn't grab. I paid for a subscription for this thing. The dang push for help button. What's it thing called? A Garmin something. Garmin makes it. Oh, I just thought I was ready to go. Cause it's hot. It's about it's 90 something degrees. Oh shit, I'm putting my glasses on over my microphone. I'm talking through a mask. A silly looking bastard today, I tell you. I'm just kidding. I'm a silly looking bastard every day. Back into the wind. And that's it. That's where the video stopped. That's where the GoPro gave up the ghost. It was a beautiful flight. I'm going to tell you a story about it. But before I tell the story, I just want to talk about the animation here. Now, I killed the motor right there where you see me start to do the little spirals, and I'm climbing in the thermal. That was the first connection. I made 2 turns and a climb, got in something, killed it, up I went. And I'm just connecting back and forth. This was not about going anywhere. It was about practicing thermal technique. Just getting in the groove, flying around, feeling the air, staying in them. You know, it was a good day. Look how consistent these climbs are. Just up and down and up and down. And then somewhere right about here, yeah, I cut on the phone. And this is where I get on the phone with Dave, and that's what the story's about. One of the coolest things, it was probably one of the top 10 coolest things that's ever happened when I was flying, happened on this flight. I'll show you. Bugs, yeah, there's bugs. We're in Louisiana, bugs are everywhere. So I'm thermaling, and Dave Ruff is supposed to meet me. I'm playing on my phone, like I'm calling Dave, and I'm pushing out into some thermals, and hey, where you at? You're supposed to be here. I've been thermaling for 45 minutes without you. This is amazing, amazing sky. Like, everything's going up. It's soft. It's nice. That magic hour when the thermals turn into something else. 12 to 1. That's your magic hour then. As I'm talking to him, telling him to get his ass to the field and into the sky, I hear my Vario start making this awful, you know, I'm like, oh, shit's sake. I was like, I gotta go. You hear that? You hear that? What's going on right here? I gotta go. So I turn around. And I fly, like, immediately turn downwind. That's what you can see in the animation there. And so I'm going downwind, and I'm looking for the thermals. I'm listening for the beeps. I'm feeling, and I can see the bottom of the thermal ripping across this field. Like it's just rippling in the corn. You guys who know what they look like ripping across the corn know what I'm talking about. You can see where it's at, and you see where you need to go. And so I'm full bar on the Xeno, man. I'm stomping it, and I'm it's got the propeller spinning. I'm going so fast. And I got my hands on the risers and I'm just froze up, full bar. And right when I get down, like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Like, it's gonna be a super low connection if I hit it, like 100 feet off the ground connection. And maybe I can, I don't know. But right when I got to the point where I was about to connect, I saw it spin up on the ground like a corn devil. It was corn down there. It was like 5-foot corn. So dust devil, corn devil, snow devil, I guess whatever they're made out of, that's what kind of devil they are. But I seen that thing spin up and I knew, like, I don't need to hit something like that down low. That could fold me up, spit me out, and I could hit the ground before I recover. I veer to the left and I reach up and I crank. I don't even let go of the toggle. I reach up and I pin the gas and I do this like super big climb. I come around, maybe gain 500 feet with the motor and like dodge the edge of the thermal. Now higher up above a dust devil is fine, but down low is where it's dangerous. So I just climbed one loop with the motor. I killed it again and I connected with the thermal. And that was the only time I started the motor that day, is like a mulligan, like I want the motor on to help. The rest of the time it was off. It was about 2.5 hours I think I flew, but I thought I would throw this in here and just tell you that cool little story about that flight. Like, I almost connected to the thermal, but it got too strong and turned into a dust devil. And after that, the thermals were stronger. Like, that was the one that like kicked off where they became a little more turbulent at the edges and things got wild. And I actually got tired and sort of mentally exhausted after 2.5 hours. I was just, taking some collapses. I was getting sort of sloppy. I was kind of nodding off actually a couple of times. Like, I slept a few hours. I was tired. I was in no shape to be doing any kind of thermal flying physiologically. So I decided to call it, scooted over there, found some sink, did some spirals in some sink, and then did a nice landing. That was that. Thermal practice. Hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe for more. Somebody made a comment, a notification, and I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. Who would have thought that? Would you have thought that, Isaiah?
No, I wouldn't have thought it in a million years.
Yeah, man, I was kind of tripping when he told me, like, Dad, you got 300. Like, well, I guess if you're watching this channel, you gotta be as silly as me minimum, right? I hope you're liking it. Obviously, some of you are, or you wouldn't be clicking and you wouldn't be liking the videos and stuff. So I appreciate all that. Love the comments. Y'all keep it up. I try to bring you some more content as the season starts to change. It's fall. It's a nice brisk evening. We're about to go get some late supper. I got to attach a harness to a unit. Got 6 students in town. Got to go bang that out this weekend. I hope I get this video made before Monday. If not, see you then. What's up, everybody? Kyle out.